Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we're looking at The Weird. And The Weird, y'all, it doesn't get much weirder than this. It's by Jim Starlin, Bernie Wrightson, and Dan Green. The Justice League meet The Weird. It's amazing. Bernie Wrightson, horror master supreme, doing the Justice League superheroes. I mean, come on. So subscribe if you're not already. Hit that like button and let's get right into it. So, when did my love affair with Bernie Wrightson start? I want to say, definitely I probably owe it to my brother, as I do with most things that, I love in life, like comics and horror movies and sci-fi and, I could go on and on. But anyway, I feel like my introduction to Bernie Wrightson might have been Cycle of the Werewolf by Stephen King and like Creepshow. I was too young for like the EC comics. I kind of missed the boat on his Swamp Thing. And then, so I was a huge established fan by the time this came out. And basically, what is the weird? It's, the cover alone is worth the price of admission. It's Bernie Wrightson drawing the Justice League. It's very interesting for this cover because, first of all, I feel like Bernie Wrightson has a couple of different styles. He has like this severe, like gorgeous, like totally illustrative pen and ink work of his Frankenstein adaptation, which I also covered. If you're interested, watch that because it's breathtaking. It's my favorite example of his work ever. It's obviously his magnum opus. So I feel like The Weird was done maybe after Batman the Cult or maybe before. I know it's 50-50, so how does that help you? But, love the pinks and the yellows, totally pops. Like, often used on comic book covers to draw attention to them in this era. But, this is a slightly, dare I say looser, because look how tight it looks, but a slightly looser version of his pencils compared to if he were drawing Frankenstein, but it's still amazing. I mean, and also I think the composition is interesting because maybe it's a testament to the nature of the book or the fact that you have Wrightson drawing it, but showing back views of the characters is never like, the main characters is never like preferable for a cover, but it really works here. They're pretty much instantly recognizable, to me anyway. Batman, Dr. Fate, Black Canary, Blue Beetle, Green Lantern, Guy Gardner, of course, and John Jones. I'm so, like, hit or miss on John Jones. This was a 4-issue miniseries. This was amazing. I would love to see a reprint of this. I don't know if it has or hasn't been. But, I feel like the art would look, like, pop more on better paper and printing. So we have writer, creator, Jim Starlin, artist Bernie Wrightson, and Dan Green. Dan Green is, like, I feel like someone who's been, like, part of my comic book art loving experience forever, but I feel like I never gave him enough credit until I started seeing some of his art, or some of his contributions to, like, artist editions, where you get to see, like, scans of, like, the original art, and, like, just, I mean, he really puts a lot into it, and, like, has done quite well by many artists. Like his stuff on John Romita Jr. and the X-Men, I feel like they were a great combination. And it's funny that this is called The Weird because it is so weird. Like this guy in the bathroom and like he becomes like this crystal formation, and it's very Stephen King bizarro and so much fun. I mean, did we just gloss past the fact of like Bernie Wrightson drawing Superman in the rain on a rooftop and like it's uplit? I'm like, that is so freaking cool right there. I kind of really want to see this in black and white, even though Michelle Wrightson, I'm assuming his wife maybe, is the colorist. But still, how like jaw dropping would that be? See, that's what I mean. Like, I feel like sometimes, although, it's a little, like, maybe, like, what was his contribution to heavy metal? Captain Stern. Oh my gosh, Captain Atom. See, that's fun. Like, that's a beautiful classic, like, comic book superhero face right there. And I love the 9-panel grid. I think this is suffering from printing. Like, I think I just need to see a crisper printing, just because, you know, Wrightson's art is just so known for, like, these beautiful, like, feathering and just, like, the line weight that he uses. And I feel like Dan Green captured a lot of that. Like, I feel like Dan Green, in a way, is sort of like how I feel about Bob Wiacek. Like, they don't necessarily bring, like, a lot of their own artistic vision, but they're doing their job in such a great way that they're almost invisible, that they sort of really just do the best representation of the pencils, if that makes sense. And I hate when people say if that makes sense, because what if it doesn't? Nobody ever admits it. No, it doesn't make sense, Michael. Explain it to me. I don't know. That feels a little lazy right there. Oh my God, I just called Bernie Wrightson lazy. I should be shot. I mean, it's beautiful. I would be able to, I mean, if I ever drew a syringe half as beautiful as that in my entire life, that Bernie Wrightson drew right there, I could die a happy man. Syringes coming your way. Captain Atom. I don't know, there's so many fun characters. That's what I love about the DC universe. I don't know, I was reading something recently, and someone talking about, like, the characters that DC has acquired over the years, and, like, how do you feel about them or whatever. And I think it's amazing. Like, if it means them at least potentially existing or not existing, and just, like, I feel like the Phantom might be one of those characters they acquired. And look at this gorgeous Dave Gibbons art. I feel bad that I must have passed on that at the time, but I would be all about that right now. That looks so good. Peter David, Joe Orlando, and Dennis Jonke, actually. So maybe it's, but I feel like that was the Dave Gibbons cover. That definitely looks like his line work. Anyway, this character is so funny. It's like the old man. I don't know. There's like so much weirdness going on with that character. And once again, it's so funny because aptly called the weird. I don't know. There's just like fun elements going on here. And Jim Starlin, how can you not love him? Superman, the Earth Stealers, totally had that. I think I covered that too, maybe, perhaps. But I don't know, whatever. Oh my God, such a great time in comics. Action Comics 600 by Byrne and Perez. Like, I don't think I knew it was the last issue, and that, like, broke my heart. John Byrne, Kurt Schaffenberger, Alfredo Alcala. Oh my gosh. I think those, like, side miniseries, like The World of Krypton and stuff like that during Byrne's era, were just as good as his run, so definitely worth checking out. The Weird issue 2. What a beautiful cover, right? And once again, I either want to see it in black and white or colored differently. Like, I do not like the color hold on the clouds there, and I see sort of what they were going for, but doesn't work for me. I feel like the contrast, like, okay, this is my art. I should have been an art teacher, or at least a critic. I don't know, whatever. I guess isn't that what I'm doing right now? Anyway, the, like, negative space that Wrightson uses is beautiful and amazing. And I just think that, like, sort of the weight and magnitude of this humongous boulder that this character is hefting depends on the contrast and the whiteness of the clouds, and the way they sort of reverse negative that just sort of takes away from it. So I would definitely love to see that colored in a different way. I love this too, like, since this is a mini series and we have the same sort of continuing theme in the splash page, like, it's more of a square than a rectangle, and that's giving room for, like, the credit box here. But I like that kind of cohesion and that attention to detail and storytelling. And once again, a perfect example of a technique you can use to sort of unify everything. It's like when you're drawing a comic book, you're acting as the director, the cinematographer, the lighter, you know, depending on if you're coloring and things like that. But this is great. I don't know, this face is on Superman is totally growing on me. I love it. I love this version. It's very heroic. It's almost like, it's very interesting because it's a very strong S curl, which I think is such a great hallmark of Superman's signature. This is like super classic in a lot of ways. Just this right here. Guy Gardner looks a little off the rails, but that's like a Bob Finger Batman almost, but Adam West at the same time, and a Chris Reeve Superman with a Max Fleischer Superman at the same time. Isn't that crazy? But that's what I see, kids. I just love this so much. This is just so beautiful. I love Wrightson. Oh my God, like, there's this, I don't even want to say it because I don't want you to buy it out from under me, but, like, the Swamp Thing Artist Edition by Bernie Wrightson looks amazing, and I really need it. His art is great. There's such a weirdness, but humanity and relatability, and just, like, such a freaking haunting beauty. And I said this in one of my recent videos, and another, like, here we are, pro comics, go figure. Perfect example of things that they used to do that they don't necessarily do anymore. And I blame Jim Lee. I'm going to call you out right here and right now, Jim Lee. And I think it's because of your gorgeous covers on the X-Men, where you just had, like, 3 characters from the book posing. I can see Rogue and Magneto. I can see Captain America, Black Widow, and Wolverine. And it's sort of just like a cover shoot rather than a scene from the comic. And I sort of think it sells the story short by not using that, you know, comic storytelling element that is so readily available to you and so exciting. Like, that's how they used to sell comic. Face it, true believer. You know, Spidey loses his job. Aunt May gets kidnapped. The Lizard grows a new arm, whatever. Face it, true believers, this one has it all. So it's like you're picking it up because, wow, like, this is so cool. That's weird. What's going on here? I want to see what happens. And there it is. How's that for a tangent? This, I feel I regret passing on this too. I mean, I just couldn't get everything, guys. I mean, I was a kid. I probably didn't even have an allowance. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, I had an allowance. I'm a Capricorn. I was negotiating that from birth. Oh my God, so cool. I need to see this, like, remastered, recolored, and reprinted. Who do I need to talk to? Who is the original editor? Karen Berger. Well, good luck there, right? Berger. That's how Uncle Jerk pronounces it. So maybe that's right. I'm very hit or miss on my pronunciations, but what do I care? So cool. Oh my God, I hope I have, like, the second half of this somewhere in my collection. I know I must somewhere. But what a teaser, right, guys? Oh my God, how amazing is this? And I feel like rush. Like, this is inked so gorgeously, and this is like slap, whatever. But, like, the hatching in his cave, I don't know. That's fun. That's super fun. I love it. It's Superman. Once again, oh my God, classic comic book storytelling here, where, like, you can see through the building and you see him, like, going through each floor. That is, like, freaking amazing. I love that. That's why comics are fun and amazing and beautiful and brilliant. Look at that. Oh, you know what? That's making me think. Here's the answer right here. So this is where Mignola gets his clouds and smoke from. And, like, Art Adams does it. Like, so many other artists do it. I do it. Who wouldn't want to do it? Rob Liefeld. Thank you. Don't miss Power Girl. I did. How could I have passed on Power Girl? What was it that made me not get this? I don't know. I love blondes. I love big boobs. I'm in shock. On Carrie Gilmore doing the covers. I love Carrie Gilmore. Such a fun Superman. I also love, because Superman's like the big like blue Boy Scout, so I love when they do like moody and like silhouette things with his symbols, because I think that's where DC really does have an edge, and where it's so maddening that they drop the ball so many times with so many of their properties. They have classic characters that are just untouchable as far as iconic, legendary status, that are always going to maintain a level of appeal. And you don't need to change them. You don't need to kill them. You don't need to dissect them. You don't need to woke them up or pare them down. They're pure and genuine at their core. And you just need to celebrate the essence of the creation. Oh my God, that was such a tangent. And so weird. I love that face. This art is great. That's like Martin Landau eyebrows right there. I love it. Amazing, amazing shot of Batman. I'm so annoyed at you, Dan Green, though. Like, I would have tightened the shit out of these windows. That looks like so amateurish for Bernie Wrightson. Shame on you. Oh my God, I love this. This is so great. Once again, could you imagine seeing this inked by Wrightson, though? That would be epic. I like an artist who can draw a good toilet. It reminds me of the toilet Byrne drew in Alpha Flight number 17, was it? Anyway. Very cool. What a great, stunning splash page. That is so, like, horror comic. This is fun here. Crimson Adventure. I don't know. So many things. So much. You know, like, it's no wonder that old comics are outselling new comics by a landslide, because look at the discovery. Look at the great stuff. Look at the... You could just never end in just discovering new stories and art and just, like, amazing characters and events and so many fun things. Anyway, thanks, guys, so much for watching. That was The Weird, number 1 and 2. Hopefully 3 and 4 coming soon. Subscribe to my channel, hit like, share my content, and I'll bring you some more later.